Okay, just one last sound test. I can see the spikes aren't going all over the map, so it's not bad.
Well, that's so good. It shouldn't be popping all over the place.
No, it should just be clean audio.
Clean audio. I love the clean audio.
Yes, like Mr. Clean. Greetings, fellow rewriters. It's time for the One More Rewrite podcast. I'm Jester, that's Lunchbox.
Hello.
Now it's time this week to talk about a trailer we should have talked about weeks before. Sony has the dubious honor of a trailer that is the most hated in history. And, of course, Power Rangers costume news. So let's get rewriting. Alright, since you just rewatched the Doctor Strange trailer, and we should have...
And you were sitting next to me. You didn't rewatch it, too?
I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, yeah. And, like, all the thoughts I had before were coming up, but I saved it for the podcast.
I saved it for the podcast.
Hold it
in. Don't say anything.
I'll say this right off the bat. I don't believe the critics when they say, could this be finally the one that Marvel loses money on or disrupts? Because they said that last year about Ant-Man, and Ant-Man wasn't terrible.
Ant-Man did okay.
And Ant-Man did okay. I see this
it wasn't groundbreaking, but it did okay.
Yeah, and I see this as like another Ant-Man, I guess, one where you're like, oh, that was okay. It felt necessary. You know, you have another character.
Oh, man, I don't like Doctor Strange. The visuals look cool.
The visuals
look cool.
The visuals remind me a lot of what really drew me into Inception. And they have a little bit of the shadow there going too, with them manipulating reality and such.
And it does feel very Inception-y, doesn't it?
It does feel very Inception-y. It also feels very Matrix-y, right down to Tilden there with the bald head saying,
right.
Even saying, what if I told you? It's like,
yes.
I don't know how I missed that the first time. What if I told you? It's like right there. And she's bald. That just makes it beautiful. Like,
yes.
I don't know how to describe the joy I felt. I was like, oh my gosh, she actually said that. So yes, you've got Jessica. Is it Jessica Tilden?
I don't know.
Tilda Swinton.
Swinton. Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Tilda Swinton in the role of...
I love as an actress, like probably one of the best actresses working today.
But she's in the role of Morpheus, and Benedict Cumberbatch in the role of Neo.
Right.
And a very lesser-known franchise, I should say, comic book character, that of Doctor Strange. And it's okay, but it's...
And I just like the Doctor Strange character.
Really? Is it because of what you saw in the trailer, or is it because of what...
No, it's because I know who Doctor Strange is.
I
watched the animated film.
Okay. It's a very 70s kind of feel.
It's magic. I don't like magic.
I like magic. What's your problem with magic?
I like, like Penn and Teller magic. I like that sleight of hand and that.
Is it because it's like the wrong universe for it? Because Marvel, you've got like aliens and they're a bit more sciencey, and they try to keep like that.
I want some kind of scientific basis for
But if
everything.
it's like Lord of the Rings, then like, okay, magic, fine. This reality, magic exists.
Yes, in this reality, there's magic, fine. But no, the Marvel universe is supposed to exist in our universe.
Well, you have to say
and
that
aliens can have alien technology that do alien things, but you can't have magic.
Well, even Thor said you guys would think that like what we do is magic.
Yes,
so they explain
that. But it's not.
But it's not. I know. You've got.
They just have advanced technology.
They just have advanced
Any technology sufficiently advanced would appear as magic.
And it appears that I almost said Orpheus. For those of you out there who are Venture fans, yes. Doctor Strange goes to the whole traveled to Tibet to learn my stuff type thing, which is all
and now I learned how to levitate.
And now I know how to
magically do things.
Astral projection and all that kind of stuff. And we want to be clear here. It's just because I'm saying that Lunchbox is saying this just because he's not liking his universe.
I don't like magic in my Marvel universe.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that. I guess
I wasn't mad at the trailer, okay? The trailer is like, okay, he doesn't believe, and he comes to believe. If this is a standalone movie, fine. I go, okay, fine. Comes to believe,
But
sure.
nothing in the Marvel universe
But
is
it's
standalone.
not. It's Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is stupid because he has magic.
Ouch. I don't know.
It drives me crazy. I don't like it.
I don't know. I still think that
I'm gonna be mad at Captain Marvel when it comes out.
I was gonna say,
like,
if that's the case,
Shazam.
Well, Shazam
Whatever.
is in the DC universe.
Oh, yeah, well, that's same difference.
Well, okay.
I want it to be real, or at least pretend it's real.
Okay. Well, both.
Give me some
DC
stupid science reason for it.
Both DC and Marvel do have this though, where they've got 70 to 80% of it is like stuff that happens with aliens or alien technology, and then you have this weird thing that they just cannot explain that is chalked up to magic, sort of like Superman and Diana, or better known as Wonder Woman's sword. Her sword is imbued with magic. It's one of the few things that can actually physically hurt Superman. That's not like kryptonite, which has radiation that he absorbs.
And that's stupid.
And Lunchbox thinks it's stupid.
I don't like the magic.
I'm fine with that though, because
Don't just give me some. Oh, because it's magic. Your Deus Ex Machina version of why something works.
You see, I guess I have a little bit more leeway on that, and I'm interested to see how they do make it work, because, yeah, you're right, they try to have a little bit more quote-unquote science-y universe, as much as, science-y this exists in this.
Because it's a comic book universe, and I know I'm being stupid about it.
Yes. But it's like, you have to reel yourself in here. I reeled myself in last week with the whole Rita Repulsa looks silly thing, because it was just like, okay. But yeah.
I know, but, sorry, for some reason, I'm good at the willful suspension of disbelief. Okay. I know, I can go with you, but only so far. And as soon as you say, well, because it's magic, I go, oh, come on.
Yeah, see, that was like you just like the perfect next Doctor Strange or whatever. It's like, oh, come on, science, man, science. And then, the bald-headed dude or lady of your choice takes you to Tibet on a mystical astral projection journey, and you say, I want to know more. Sort of like...
Yes, and maybe you will drag me along for the ride.
I'm
and I'll probably enjoy watching the movie. It's just... Man, when I hit that... Because it's magic. I'm like...
Maybe, okay.
Lazy. It's lazy story writing. That's what it is.
You feel like it's lazy story writing.
It's lazy. You can't just say magic.
I feel like it sets up the writer to have to do something that's clever, especially if they want to please you. But then again, you may not be the target audience. So we'll
Probably
see.
not.
We'll see how it goes. Certainly there's... I would say it's got the effects and the acting prowess behind it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, great acting. You got great actors in it. And definitely the effects look cool.
Yeah.
Magic.
I think it'll be something that we'll enjoy. So we'll see how it goes, as we like to say.
Yes.
But it's up in the air right now, much like his cape. Okay. Since we're talking trailers, it's worth noting a certain trailer that has been out there for also a while now and has garnered, at the time of this recording, roughly 750,000 dislikes, and that is Sony's expected to be soon bomb the Ghostbusters remake. And boy, it unprecedented. It is the most disliked YouTube trailer in history, most disliked, I should say, non-music trailer
right,
movie.
Music videos get a lot of hate.
Music videos,
because everybody hates music.
Everybody hates music. Wait, no. What? No? I think it's because there's varying tastes, and I'm sure there's some Justin Bieber video out there that probably has whatever.
Everybody gonna hate on Justin Bieber or Hanson.
Yeah, or Hanson, or Miley Cyrus, or somebody who's popular, or somebody who's not popular, or like the Friday song that everybody is like disliking. I'm sure that has.
I still don't understand why everybody hates Mbop.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
It's like a catchy tune, but it's one of those things that people just say they hate. Sort of like Nickelback. It's like, oh,
Right, everybody hates Nickelback. Well, it's because he's overproduced.
He's overproduced, but he's still. It's just like, yeah, it's rock stuff. It's like
it's
really, it's like really.
Yeah, sure. You know, you hate Nickelback, but you're going to be singing, I want to be a rock star.
Yeah,
right along with Chad Kroeger. Okay, so shut up.
Yeah. But unlike the enthusiasm you might have for Nickelback song, there seems to be outright hate, and now there's, it's gone from
whatever, haters.
Yeah, okay. From let's go back to Ghostbusters. Well, briefly. It's gone from people merely saying, this looks stupid, to there's
And misogynist, sexist.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's tons of that in the 750,000 dislikes.
That's what...
There's plenty of sexism and misogynism there. And it's just like, wow, how can you make this with chicks?
No, actually, yeah. So there's a lot of things that are like worse than Hitler said. After constantly hearing about how horrible this trailer is, I want to form my own opinion. There are women who hate this. And the general consensus is it's like there is huge backlash because the comment sections keep on getting blanked. So the comments are only hours old. And the comments are generally made up of people saying, get it through your thick skull, Sony. This trailer looks stupid. We wouldn't care if it was men. This is as bad as Pixels, which I liked Pixels.
I thought
okay.
Pixels was alright.
But
actually, it was kind of fun.
But people are comparing it to... I was surprised. But people are comparing it to a bad Adam Sandler movie, okay? And saying, like, we'd hate this, whatever their gender, race, or makeup. We don't care if they were androgynous aliens, whatever. It's like, this looks stupid, and it's an insult to the franchise.
It's a horrible trailer.
It's a horrible trailer.
And it really, if it was anything but Ghostbusters, I would immediately say, wow, I am not watching that movie.
Yeah, and it's like they're riding the coattails, and plus there have been people saying, look, we already know stuff from the leaked emails that came out a couple of years ago, thanks to the Sony hack, that you strong-arm people into cameoing in this, that Paul Feig had certain notions about how this was supposed to go, that Ivan Reitman's been slowly pushed back and back from the series itself. So people are saying this shows in the trailer that this is going to look stupid. And there are insider emails that have leaked that say that it looks like it's an oncoming train wreck. And people don't want to believe that. You want to say, no, please, I want my franchise.
Please, I want it to be good.
But when the trailer was released, and it looks so stupid and so bad, and has your stereotypical, oh, hell no, kind of going on, which is like a gag that is so stale. It's past the crouton phase of bread here. We are talking like throw that moldy lump of bread out. It is... It's hard because it's also bad on Sony because they're also saying anybody who dislikes this is obviously misogynist or racist or whatnot, and this is pissing people off even more. It's like because there are people out there who are saying no, it's like you aren't listening to us. This looks stupid.
Yeah.
And it's even more insulting when you try to slap a label on the people who say, here's our problems with it. Yeah. But first, they explain their jobs in the trailer. You're the smart one. You've got a degree in physics. It's like, thank you, plot exposition 101. This is stupid. Right. Or like the comedy looks dumb. And it's like, Winston was the everyman. She's in there because she has a car? You know, it's like... What's her, like, she knows the streets? Like, how is that not racist? We're the racists because we think you've exploited her in a stupid way? But, yeah. Anyway, the basic small problem they had before of this just being a bad trailer has blown up into something bigger. And I think it's largely because people, again, I think a big part of it is the hack that happened a few years ago, because people are aware of some of the internal things that they definitely didn't want going public, like with Amy Pascal and her notions of how she wanted the Ghostbusters universe to be more feminine. But if that's her choice, fine. But it wasn't.
Which I don't have a problem with that. Fine, make it more feminine, but don't make it stupid.
It was the stuff that she wanted in there that people found about that was just plain stupid. It's like, what is this person doing in charge, at a major position at a at this corporation if they're willing to make stupid decisions? And now there's talk, too, that Paul Feig's career might be over after this movie.
No, I don't think that.
I think that it may not be over, but I think that it'll be damaging enough that it'll hurt his brand for a few years.
Yeah, I think it probably hurt his brand, certainly.
So this may be the last Paul Feig movie you see for a while, because...
Well, no, I think he'll probably make some
he probably
smaller
has
films
something in the
for a
work,
little
but he'll
while.
have to go to the independent circuit or whatever you call it. But yeah, no, the backlash, because of the backlash, has been huge. And when you have papers like The Hollywood Reporter and Washington Post dropping stories saying, oh, it's all sexist, and then they like single out, they find like the, you scroll down, we found a sexist comment in the comment sections. Go you! You found a bad comment on the internet. Welcome. It's like,
something is wrong on the internet.
Yeah, it's like, really, where have you been for the past, 15, 20 years? People are idiots on the internet. Of course you can find something racist, bigoted, or whatnot on the internet.
Right.
It's like, you found crap in a toilet. Welcome. It's like, whatever. So,
all right. Well,
we should move on from this, but it's just...
I'm pretty sure that the movie's going to be horrible, but you only think that because you're sexist and racist and misogynist.
Everyone,
and we always knew that about you.
Yes, every single one of you out there, because you hated this trailer. Anyway, it's incredible to me. So before we get into the box office, let's talk about that Power Rangers suit reveal where they're standing on boxes. Oh, puns. Seriously, though, so we now have the official look of the Power Ranger suits for the upcoming movie, and I know it sounds weird, but like if you go out and look at the Entertainment Weekly site where the picture's been revealed, I am so distracted by the fact that they are like standing on what looks like scuffed up boxes with blue masking tape or blue duct tape on them, like they're in some sort of minimalist stage play. It took me a minute to realize that the female Power Rangers, aside from having these odd halter top things going on, have high heels built in.
I didn't even notice.
They have heels.
Well, but I didn't notice the boxes.
You didn't notice the boxes, but yeah, like
I was just paying attention to their costumes because I'm like, oh hey, costumes.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I'm like, I guess it's because part of me half expects some sort of background thing going on to make them look that much cooler. So when you have something that's not just either a plain background or a superimposed Photoshop picture,
right?
It's really, I don't know why. It's just for me, compositionally, I'm like, my eyes are drawn to the box underneath the red Power Rangers suit, where he's got like this scuffed up thing. The box looks partially painted. Anyway, let's talk about the costume. Sorry. It's like, I'm hoping that now I've pointed
You're
it
all
out.
distracted by everything else.
I'm distracted
come on, what about the costumes?
Oh, they look like crap. I don't know. Well, we've gone from what was essentially spandex and bike helmets to, I don't know. Armor.
It looks like armor, which is what you would want them to be wearing, or what you would expect them to be wearing. And apparently it, like, grows,
Is this the mythology?
like, organically.
Oh, okay.
Grows over them.
Okay.
Which...
Explains
from
the halter tops.
From the way that I read the description of what the costumes were, the Entertainment Weekly article.
Yeah.
That basically it grows organically over them.
So women organically have high heels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, everybody knew that.
Okay.
The thing is, see, and that's, you asked me, like, I told you that I had asked my friend Josh about the costumes because he is of the right age.
Yeah.
He is almost exactly 10 years younger than me, which means that he is the exact right age to have watched the Power Rangers growing up.
I watched
and he
it
did.
while I was babysitting. Go Power Rangers.
Right, but you are not the...
I'm not the fan base. I'm not the... whatever you would say, the people nostalging out over it.
Right. You're a few years too old. You're about 6 years too old, because I'm 10 years too old. So
yeah, I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's enjoyable. I liked the Power Rangers, but I wasn't like obsessing and running home to watch.
No.
You know, because I'm about a decade too old for that.
I had Batman, of course. Why would I obsess about anything other than Batman? Anyway,
Because Batman.
Because Batman. So, what was his take on these costumes?
He said, yeah, they're all right.
Okay.
They kind of remind me of the original ones. So, hey, it's good.
Okay.
So, I can't argue with that. And having seen, a couple episodes of the original Power Rangers and went to go see the
movie. The fabulously guilty pleasure fun movie.
It is kind of fun.
But
where's my autograph book?
Yeah.
It is fun.
Ivan is forever.
You know what I really liked about the new Power Rangers costumes? They still have a fixed mouth.
They still have a fixed mouth. I will agree that is kind of a bonus.
And that's all you need. Like, you can make it, whatever. And they're multicolored, which is what you need. Armor, good idea, rather than spandex.
Yeah, probably.
And a fixed mouth. Like, you can't have a movable mouth on a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Fixed mouth,
I
multicolored.
There is that part of me that was like, okay.
Spandex, which you need.
Yeah.
I can't argue with it.
No, you got a point. It's definitely got the look of something that's been, I guess you would say, keyed up or reimagined for a new generation.
Right.
Yeah, and to their credit, it doesn't look cheesy. It's just that it looks, I guess you would say, more modern and updated. And yes, armor makes a whole heck of a lot more sense than spandex and bike helmets.
Yes.
Because...
I mean, come on.
Well, we're talking about a low-budget imported Japanese film that was redubbed for American audiences. So,
right,
yeah,
exactly.
Naturally, they kind of did things... I don't know, like a low-budget Godzilla movie. Wait. It's like...
But yeah, it's everything that you need for the Power Rangers.
Plus a little bit of the throwback with the fixed gray mouth. So. And
the fixed gray mouth. I like that for me, that is what really sells. Oh, those are the Power Rangers. Like, that is... And they could have very easily just done away with that and had them be able to actually speak out of their helmets. And and you could see their lips move and that, but...
We don't know that yet. We haven't seen a trailer. For all we know, these little gray lips things might be animated.
No, they wouldn't do that.
You say that.
Nobody's that stupid.
I heard that.
There is nobody that stupid.
I heard that hesitation, but they gave Optimus Prime an animated mouth when he never needed that to look cool. Now I filled you with doubt and worry.
Nobody's that stupid. Please tell me that they're not that stupid.
Well, let's hope that they're not. I just threw that out there as a possibility because that also has been in the back of my mind. I was like, cool, they gave them the fixed gray mouths. Well, wait, how do I know they're fixed? I assumed the Optimus Prime was going to be totally like he looked in the promo shots, but then when you get to the movie, like, the thing in front of his face turns out to be a mask, and he pulls that back so you can see his lips moving. Why do robots need lips? Anyway... I know that's a side tangent. Yeah.
Nobody's that stupid.
Nobody says this. So,
I can't believe anybody's that stupid.
So we will readdress this topic later.
We'll readdress this when we watch their lips move.
We will see the trailer. We will see if anybody, like, if it keeps true to form or if they really could be that stupid. Sorry to have filled you.
I'm sorry. Now I don't even know if I want to see it.
Now you're worried. I've like managed to instill a little bit of panic, and you're like, no. But you know how Hollywood is.
That would ruin the movie for me.
You know how Hollywood is, though. It's like just when you held out that little fraction of hope that you'd be able to relive your childhood.
That they thought that they knew that they were doing, and then they went and did that. No, they're...
Okay.
Nobody's that stupid.
Let's hold on to the dream and wait for a trailer, and we'll hope for the best.
Hold out hope.
We'll hold out hope here. Okay, so Space Jam 2 is actually happening, people. For reals. This is not an internet rumor. This is not a Reddit rumor. This is not...
No, I'm pretty sure this was just a rumor on the internet.
Yes, it was. Up until, it was confirmed just a few weeks ago. A week or so ago. It
was a joke.
It was a joke.
Some people were making up, fake movie posters. And
people were making up...
It's a joke on the internet.
I know.
To punk people.
That's that part of you that's just still in denial, but you can go to IMDb right now, as I am doing, and type in the word Space Jam 2. And yes, it is happening. It has... Supposedly, it's got LeBron James is going to be the star, directed by Justin Lin. And yes, this is happening. They don't know a synopsis.
The Fast and the Furious guy's directing it?
That is correct.
Oh.
So, and
not the original Fast and Furious. That's the guy.
I was gonna say, LeBron James has actually been interested in doing this for a couple of years, and the fandom. I still can't believe Space Jam has a fandom. Has been, not that I'm knocking.
I enjoyed it.
It was okay, but it's nothing that I'd base a franchise around, which I'd see comments.
The Looney Bugs Bunny movie, maybe.
Yeah, where people are like, don't ruin the franchise, please. It's like, what franchise? There was one movie.
It's not a franchise when you have one movie.
When you have one movie that's over 20 years old. No, 20? Is it? Yeah, it is.
Is it?
It came out in 96. The original came out in 96.
No.
Yes.
No, it could have been.
I
watched that in the movie theater.
Yes, you did.
I remember.
Because it came out the same year as First Contact. It was one of the first movies that came out to the Starport Theater, God rest its soul, when it was still open. It was Space Jam, Star Trek not the Generations movie. I think it was First Contact. And, yeah.
I think it was...
Yeah.
No, it had to have been Generations.
Nope.
But I remember going to see it because it had the trailer for the re-release of the Star Wars movies on it, and I cried.
Yeah.
Because it had for years, you could only watch Star Wars movies like this, and now you can see.
Yes.
And I wept like a small child.
It was because it was beautiful, and then you decide, what the heck, I'll stay for the trailer afterwards. Or for the movie afterwards, yes. After the trailer.
I showed up for the trailer and I stayed for the movie.
Yeah. So
I didn't even know it was going to be on there, and I was so...
Like Wing Commander, which had the episode 1 trailer on it, which turns out both of them were bad. Plot twist. Yeah, look, see right there. Star Trek First Contact, 96. Booyah.
Yeah.
I remember it because I have the Mylar still for it. And Space Jam. But
I think I got one too.
Space Jam 2 is happening, finally, after all these years of rumors and fake poster mashups with everybody from Kobe to Dennis Rodman to whatever. It's had a rotating...
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird
would be great.
But yeah, I'm sure if you go out there and Google image search for Space Jam 2, you can find every iteration where people have done the whole side-by-side with Bugs Bunny on the left and whoever is rumored to be in there. And honestly, I have never gotten it. Again, it was a pleasant movie.
It's it was fun. I think that there probably wasn't enough of...
there's a Space Jam basketball.
Don't Call Me Babe or whatever. I guess that really, when you hear that they're making Space Jam 2, you only have one question.
Why?
Okay, you have two questions.
I have two questions. Why? What's the other question?
The other question is, are you going to have Bill, that's not his middle name, Murray in it?
Yeah, okay, that's true. It's like, what kind of... probably they're going to have Seth Rogen or somebody stupid in it because they're of our generation.
No, you have to get Bill Murray in it.
Bill bleeping Murray in it would be great, but I don't think he'll do it, and I think it's going to be somebody stupid like Seth Rogen. It's going to be Seth Rogen. Yeah. And there's going to be some pot joke. You just wait and see. It's going to be somebody who's more current. Who's like...
If anybody out there
Bill Murray
has
isn't current. Bill
Murray's number,
yeah,
go ahead and send it to us, and we will beg him.
Personally beg Bill Murray,
We
please.
will personally beg Bill Murray to do Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
We will call him and let him know that it will not be the same without him.
No, it wouldn't.
I know somebody out there has his number.
Yes. Come on, we're all 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon. That means we all have to be 6 degrees from Bill Murray in some way, shape, or form.
He has a number. He doesn't have an agent. He has a number.
Yes.
You call the number and you ask him to do a project, and he'll call you back if he wants to do it.
Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, cool. I didn't know he didn't have an agent.
Somebody out there has his number. This is the internet. Call him. Tell him to do Space Jam 2. Even if you don't want us to do it.
Even if you don't
You
want
do
us-
it.
You do it. You be the one.
Call him and tell him he has to do it.
Because this can't just be from meme to movie.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
I don't have much else to say on this because I honestly
really
was
just
never
don't even
pulled
want to see it if it doesn't have Bill Murray in it.
Yeah, good point. You said, I don't think we can really stretch this segment out much longer because really,
We've babbled enough.
We've babbled enough, and it's mind-boggling on its own that this is actually happening.
Yep.
It's like getting casting and such. So we'll update you as things go. But the fact that it's actually happening is just should be enough for now to keep apparently all you it's not a franchise, maniacs out there happy to cool your heels for a while. Okay, so. Okay, now it's time for a little bit of box office talk. And since we've done our summer movie installment for May and a little bit of April, we're going to talk about how certain movies premiered last weekend, and some did not do as well as I thought they would, and some did better than I thought they would, but not quite as well as Lunchbox had predicted. So let's
Let's kind of surprised.
Cover the last 10, the top 10 for last weekend, which would be Jungle Book in number 1, Huntsman Winter's War took 2, Keanu took 3, Mother's Day took 4, Barbershop The Next Cut in 5, Zootopia in 6, Ratchet & Clank opened at 7, The Boss in 8, and Batman v Superman still holding in there at 9, and Criminal, which I have no idea what that is. I think it's a limited release film.
That's the Kevin Costner flick.
Okay, thank you. That's in number 10. That was kind of an action-y, weird one, wasn't it? Where he has the guy's memories injected into him.
Right, exactly.
Actually,
with Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, Gal Gadot, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I remember this now. I actually had wanted to see that movie.
Ryan Reynolds.
I'm probably going to wait for video. I hate to say it. At this point, it's probably going to be the second run. But since we're done with the top 10, we also wanted to mention a couple of films here that Lunchbox was aware of for the more independent ones, but that have got apparently some good buzz. They're like a more independent circuit, which would be Papa Hemingway in Cuba and The Man Who Knew Infinity. Also, both those opened up last weekend. And The Man Who Knew Infinity, wanted to point out, I was surprised that the cast list here is Stephen Fry, Jeremy Irons, Dev Patel. So those are some movies in limited release we wanted to let you know about that either have strong casts or there's some good buzz going on about them. So there might be like a smaller theater near you. If you're interested in those, check them out or check the trailers out, see what they're about. I'm especially actually interested in this The Man Who Knew Infinity for no other reason than the cast sounds interesting to me. Right. It's like, ooh, I wonder how those guys play off of each other. But just so you know. And
it's about math.
And it's about math, which some people are into. I'm an English major, so I'm above that. Or at least I can tell you how I'm above it.
Or just slightly below.
So, it depends on your perspective, I guess. So don't make me write an essay about this. Anyway, so...
Write a formula about why you're wrong.
Yeah. It's the movies that opened up last weekend. Lunchbox was predicting Keanu at number 1. I
really was.
I was expecting Ratchet & Clank at number 1. And Ratchet & Clank totally tanked. And Keanu, I don't want to say...
I don't know, totally tanked. I mean, what, that's...
7th place with a kids movie?
Well, yeah, but $4 million.
$4 million on a budget of what? I mean, like we said before, the effect... I don't want to say the effects. The animation was good on it. Still haven't got a production budget. But
I mean, come on, that cast list couldn't have been cheap.
The cast list couldn't have been cheap. You got John Goodman, Rosario Dawson, Paul Giamatti, Sylvester Stallone, Jim Ward.
Stallone alone is $4 million.
Stallone alone, just to breathe into the microphone and say, hey. Or yo, I should say, hey is marathons. That's going to cost you a couple million.
Right.
But yeah, I'm surprised it tanked as big as it did, but I've heard an argument as to why it bombed, and that would be Ratchet and Clank is not a major franchise. It's not like producing a movie that's animated for Mario or Zelda. And my fear is that...
Yeah, but I watched the Mario movie.
I watched that one's not animated.
I saw it in the theater. I paid to see that in the movie theater.
I never got to... I had actually really wanted to see it. Even after having seen it on video and seen it was kind of bad, I still wish I would have gotten the chance to see it in the theaters because Mario. But yeah, I
actually went and saw all of the movies in the theater that day, theater hopping. But the one that I paid for was Super Mario Brothers.
Yeesh. But yeah, it did not do well, and
despite my help.
Yeah. I would say it's disappointing to see Ratchet and Clank do that poorly because I think studios will see, oh, well, movies about video games don't do well, but they didn't put like a major franchise.
They didn't advertise it.
They didn't advertise it, and it's not like they picked Mario or Zelda or Metroid or heck even Halo, but Halo has like direct-to-video movies.
Yeah, they made a bunch of those.
But yeah,
that's I didn't even know it was coming out until Juster told me.
Yeah, it's like he didn't know about this until a few weeks ago. We're like, what? There's a Ratchet and Clank movie? So
yeah, a Ratchet and Clank movie. Like,
so obviously
cool.
This is yeah.
And I watched the trailer and I went, oh hey, that looks like fun. I wish I would have known.
Yeah, but since we're in the second week of it, we'll see how it does and we'll report again. But I'm assuming since it opened in 7th, it's going to be...
I think it'll probably stick around there.
I think it'll
stick in the top 10.
Yeah, but Keanu did
poorly.
Did poorly. It opened with $9 million and it had a budget of $15 million. And with Civil War opening, it's going to drop and maybe it'll make its money back.
Maybe? I think
it will break even.
It'll pick it up on video.
It'll pick it up on video.
I think it'll have a great following on video. I think it's going to pick up a whole bunch on...
Yeah, you're dumbfounded that this thing tanked.
I am. Like, it's the Key and Peele movie, and everybody loves Key and Peele.
Well, apparently not.
Guess not. Apparently people would rather watch a talking snake.
Yes, but also you forgot the Bill Murray factor. In Jungle Book, he plays Baloo. Of course people are seeing that in droves. Plus, it's produced by Buena Vista. Hello, Disney.
Right, and you got the marketing machine.
And you got the marketing machine. The thing that really should surprise you is week 2 of Huntsman Winter's War being there.
Yeah, still at number 2.
Who could have predicted that?
I don't think anybody predicted that.
No, I was expecting it to already be where Batman v Superman is right now. I'm shocked. Not shocked.
I would have said 6. I would have put it at 6.
You would have put it at 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's surprising.
Because I think, like, still people, like, interested in it, but weren't rushing out to see it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, well, like, oh, hey, what else is out? You know, oh, hey, there's a Snow White movie. Let's go see that.
Yeah. Not utter boredom, but yeah. Mother's Day, that opened in 4th, which I think is about where I expected it to open, because it was just...
Yeah, I was feeling 3-4.
Yeah. So I don't have anything else to say about it because it has Julia Roberts in it, so we'll move on.
Moving on
to this weekend, which has The Utterly Fabulous, which at least I'm assuming people...
Judging from the reviews...
Utterly
Fabulous.
92%, 91%. Like, it's warbled a little bit between the two, but 92% was last I saw on Rotten Tomatoes for Captain America Civil War. People are loving it not only for being an action movie, but for being a smart action movie. And that showing alone on the box office for Friday, they have it at $75 million. And going into the weekend, it's made $366 worldwide. We're recording this on the 7th, just one day after its official open, even though they have like Thursday opening, basically. Thursday early. When it used to be midnight movies, now it's like 7 p.m. movies,
right.
Which still boggles my mind. But I guess they figured, hey, we can make even more money if we open it on Thursday. It's not Wednesday, so it's not the middle of the week, but it's a...
Right. And they used to do... So they did the midnight releases.
Yeah.
And then they went with the 10 o'clock releases because it's midnight on the East Coast.
Yeah. And what is it? It's like midnight now in somewhere? Like
It's midnight Greenwich time.
I was going to say, it's midnight in Jamaica or Puerto Rico. I don't know. What are they basing it off of? It's midnight somewhere.
It's midnight somewhere. Technically, this is already Friday somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, so obviously this thing is on a fairly decent track. 75 mil on a Friday. Production budget of 250 million. Double that for advertising.
For easily double that for advertising.
But I'd say one day almost breaking 100 mil. That's pretty good. You're probably your first weekend you're going to be paying for the movie. The second weekend you're going to be paying for the advertising.
Yes.
And the third weekend is
gravy.
So this is, on track. Not that it's going to make 75 million every single day, but it's got all of Saturday.
No, yeah, it'll make it. If it does 75 Friday, it's probably 100 on Saturday and probably
50, 60 on Sunday.
I would say probably around 70.
Really?
On Sunday. Yeah, because you've got all day. It's the night shows that you tend to lose.
Yeah.
Because people got to get up and go to work. So
I was going to say, we're not quite in summer, what people consider summer formal yet.
Right,
which is right after
still
Memorial
not out
Day.
of school.
So people aren't as out of school. Some people are getting out of college, depending on what area of the country you're in, but not everyone.
Right.
But still, yeah. So that's
you lose some of the later shows on Sunday.
You lose some of the
which
late
kind
shows.
of impacts because the later shows are the ones that are more expensive. So
yeah,
you lose some of the box office, but you get all the matinees on Sunday, and you get a lot of people showing up after church to show up for the movies. A lot of people do that.
I rarely. It's like I always put down my schedule. And I don't work Sundays, but there were some times I'd go in because somebody was like, "I need coverage," and I'm like, "Okay, fine." It always sucked when it was like either A, you had a kids movie, or B, a big action flick like this, because it was just people are coming in. They have work on Monday, so they've got to get in the afternoon,
right? And
it's right after church, so they're hitting the concession stand hard.
Yeah,
because it's like we'll just have lunch at the theater, and yeah. Anyway,
or I'll have lunch after the movie. I'm hungry though. Let me get some popcorn. Oh, give me some of them Twizzlers too,
and a pretzel and a hot dog.
And
yeah, it's like, oh, what the heck? Throw in some nachos too. Okay, it'll be $50. That's outrageous. Okay, fine. You're absolutely right. That'll be $50. So you wanted a Coke? That'll be $60. Anyway, no. Actually, I don't think it was quite that bad. It was probably only going to be 55 more, but for a quarter more, anyway. We digress. But yeah, Captain America is on track to blow out the competition, which we all knew. And the way things are sitting, it looks like it's going to edge out Jungle Book, which I'm betting is going to be in second place next weekend because of the way it's just sitting there.
The way it's been running.
And it's a family film. It's a family film that kids can see. So,
right, so high BBF.
High BPF. So there it is. Yeah, Captain America. Unexpectedly, raking in millions of dollars. Will it hit $1 billion worldwide? Tune in next time
probably.
it's probably. Like this is even a guess. Time now for Thank God for Video. Rent it, buy it, or stream it. Here are our recommendations. This week I have a little movie you may or may not have heard of from 1987 called Batteries Not Included, starring Jessica Tandy and, I don't want to butcher the guy's name, but I'll probably will, Hume Blake Cronin? I don't know. Cronin is right. They're actually a famous older acting couple that they've both sadly passed away.
I was afraid you were going to try and butcher Gutenberg.
No. But anyway, so also have Frank McRae, who's this like big towering black dude who used to be a heavyweight boxer, at least in the movie. He looks like he was probably in real life too. Anyway, it tells the story of a set of residents who are in this kind of dilapidated old apartment building that's kind of in a ghetto-y neighborhood that's being plowed under and rebuilt as like this high-rise business structure. And their little building is like the last holdout because they still own their property, the person who's developing the area has hired thugs to try to run him out of the neighborhood. And when it opens, you'd hardly think that it's going to be this kind of goofy, peppy film because of the setting. You've got this older couple who run a diner in the bottom, and the woman's got Alzheimer's, dementia, or something, where part of the time she's like okay, and the other part it's just sad.
Right.
You've got a failed artist. You've got a pregnant single mother, and a guy who's
all the tropes.
Yeah, all the tropes. He's sitting there, the big heavyweight boxer who only repeats commercials, hence the title of the show, Batteries Not Included. So, it sounds like it's like a setup for an Oscar baity type movie and what's going to happen.
And it really should have been. I mean, there's some really great performances.
There's some great performances in there. Jessica Tandy was just fabulous in it. And,
as she always is.
As she always is, or was, sadly. But, yeah, so the movie takes this odd turn about a quarter of the way in, where there are aliens, rather robotic aliens, that have a panache for fixing things up very rapidly. And as the movie progresses, they, help the people, they discover things about themselves and learn to love life again and all those kind of cheesy things, and the diner gets... Even though it gets destroyed by, thugs who are trying to run them out and have them, be bought off, it gets rebuilt by the robots, and the robots have babies. And yes, this sounds ridiculous, but by golly, it's a 1987 movie, and it has that beautiful mix of somewhat down and depressing. Gosh, Jessica Tandy sadly sells that dementia-ishness in the way that that's Oscar worthy. It's like this own little niche.
Sadly, she's incredible at it.
She's incredible at it, but it makes you feel just sad.
Really,
having seen it again, you're just like, man, this is just gut-wrenching to watch.
It hurts your heart a little, doesn't it?
It hurts your heart having her go.
She's just so good at it that you just this poor woman.
This poor woman. Yeah, it's hard to believe that she's acting because she has this son who's passed away, and she just, and doesn't realize that he's gone, and it's a theme that goes on throughout the movie.
Wow, this movie sounds really depressing.
It's a 1980s movie where it had, again, this beautiful mix where things were hard and bleak at some points, but also, it still managed to leave you feeling upbeat at the end, even though it had sort of this sad undertone, kind of like Never-Ending Story, or a whole bevy of 80s movies that we kind of take for granted. And I'm it's an 80s movie like Labyrinth.
I'm still scared of the Nothing.
I was the Nothing and the big wolf creature. These movies had some power to them. That's why we still like them.
And the horse died.
And the horse died. But anyway, before we get off on that one, I just want to say it's a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, go out and rent it or buy it. It's actually streaming right now on Netflix, and that's how I ended up watching it again for this review, because I was I haven't seen that.
Definitely watching that again.
I've not seen that in years. My wife said, "What is this one about?" And I was like, "Actually, it's pretty fun. It's an okay little movie." And,
I remember enjoying that. That was a fun movie.
Yeah.
And then you start watching it, and you're like, "Oh," but I didn't remember about the old woman.
I didn't remember. I did not, and that just goes to show the power of the movie, because it's got enough upbeatness in it that it leaves you with a smile, but at the same time, when you're experiencing it, you're like, man, some of this is kind of rough.
This is kind of a hard movie to watch in places.
It's kind of a hard movie, but not because it's bad or something, but because you're like, geez.
Because you really feel things watching it.
Really, yeah.
I totally forgot until you started talking about it. I totally forgot about Jessica Tandy's incredible performance.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Because it's been
30
years since I've seen it.
It's been a while, but I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure we had
I did
video
too,
copy.
all the time. We watched it together all the time.
I was going to say, it was a great movie, and when my wife popped it on, I was supposed to be working, but I ended up watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it was just it sucks you in. It really does. So if you haven't seen it, or it's been a good long while since you've seen it, it's time to revisit it, because not only are the performances, from Jessica Tandy, for example, just great, but it is surprising.
And what was his name? The large black man?
Frank McRae.
He is so good in that.
He is so good. He's like a big teddy bear of a guy.
It's been 30 years. I still remember him in there, and he was so good.
He was great in that too, and so was Frank, not Frank Murray. Sorry, Cronin. He's great as he's great as her husband because he was her husband in real life, and it's his performance and showing how he still cares for her even though she's in the throes of dementia is great too, because he's got that frustration and anger when things aren't right,
and you can kind of see the love there,
but you still sense the love,
like the frustration, but still the love, and just really like some really great performances that in such I was going to say a light picture, but it's really. In places, not so much, but it is kind of a goofy idea.
It's a goofy idea because it's got robotic space aliens, but that doesn't make it any less heartwarming. That doesn't make it any less charming. That just is it's a minor plot point.
Right.
Let's say
it's a quirk of the show.
It's a quirk of the show, and I don't want to
their kind of. I
don't want to make it throw it under the bus. It's their MacGuffin.
It's the MacGuffin.
It's the MacGuffin of the film, and I don't want to make it sound like there's this like kiddie element because it is a family-ish film, but
it's definitely a family film. You could definitely watch that with the whole family.
It's got some minor swearing, so get ready to cover the ears if you don't want them to hear that. But it does have moments where USOB pops out, and you're just like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
because it was PG and it was rated as a family film, but that happened. Random people beating other people with the bats was something that happened in 80s movies. Yes. And nobody thought
people just got beat up with bats. I mean, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Anyway, that's my TGFV. What do you got for us?
I'm going to go with... Now, see...
and it's a good movie. You know where to start.
It's a really good movie. Well, I really enjoyed it.
Everybody should enjoy it.
But... it's not his best.
No, it's not.
I am recommending Rumble in the Bronx.
Yes.
It's not Jackie Chan's best.
No.
There are others that will be coming on my TGFVs that were better. But I had to start with Rumble in the Bronx. Because that is the first Jackie Chan movie that I saw. And was just so impressed with just his physicality and like how great he was at like doing his like gymnastics. Essentially, it's gymnastics and martial arts mixed together. Just so incredible.
And charm.
And just it's like basically he comes into town from Hong Kong, comes into the Bronx, and by the way, shot entirely in Vancouver.
I was going to say the Vancouver Mountains of the Bronx.
Yes, you can see the Vancouver Mountains in the background. They were apparently originally obsessed with trying to make sure that all of the backgrounds were matching, and Jackie said, "Who cares? like I'm doing backflips. I'm getting bottles thrown at me. Who cares what the background looks like? Nobody's going to be paying attention." And, of course, there's people who go, "Oh, but the numbering on the helicopter is clearly from a Canada helicopter." It's like, who cares? He is getting actual bottles thrown at him.
Yeah. I was going to say, this guy's doing all of his own stunts, and he could have died. What do I care about the
He nearly did.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that really blew me away about it was like he's out there doing his own stunts, but also that he was really the first action star that wasn't awesome. Like he didn't just like the bad guys show up and he beat the crap out of all of them and then walked on his merry way.
Yeah.
He got his butt kicked.
Yeah.
Like, he ends up in the middle of an alley getting bottles thrown at him. Actual glass bottles thrown at him in the alley.
Yeah.
And he is losing. He loses a bunch in that movie. And he that's what he wanted, was to have him not be like I just knock everybody out and I walk out the door. It's like, I get beat up some, It's like, I'm not a perfect superhero, and that makes him more relatable.
It makes him more relatable and makes it that much better when he wins. Yes,
exactly. Is that he's always kind of the underdog.
Yeah.
And you appreciate that. Like, I love a Bruce Lee movie as much as the next guy. But to have somebody that is able, like, kind of loses some of the time, you feel more in common with, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you relate to that character more.
Oh, I can do backflips all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't everybody.
Yeah.
But the idea that maybe you don't win sometimes, I really related to. Plus, just the incredible physicality and the ability to do those incredible stunts. And so, Rumble in the Bronx, first Jackie Chan movie I saw, and really just knocked me out. You should definitely watch it.
Or own it.
Unfortunately, you cannot stream it.
Nope.
In any format right now. So you're going to have to go out and buy it. Oh, shucks. Go out and buy it.
I have a question. Is this where he first started that kind of wink at the camera, like, type thing? Because I swear that was like a thing in his movies for a little while.
No, was that the first one?
But you know what I'm talking about,
I know he does
right?
it in Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt was filmed after.
Okay.
But it was actually released before. No, he did it in Police Story 2, I think.
Okay.
I think that might have been the first one where he did an actual wink to the camera.
Okay. Because I knew that was a thing, wasn't it? It was a thing where they kind of do that and make the little click sound or whatever. Yeah. And that when they were importing his movies, and this is like the mid-90s or
mid-90s, I think. Yeah.
When Greenwood Plaza, good old Greenwood, seemed to be the only place you could find them, but they'd occasionally import the Jackie Chan films and have like the one place that had like the dub of it or something, or at least was showing it. And I remember seeing a number of them, and I believe Rumble in the Bronx as well, but yeah.
Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx, that was the first one I saw. And and the only reason that you got Rumble in the Bronx released was because they asked Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
The MTV Movie Awards, he said that he would only appear if he got to give Jackie Chan the Lifetime Achievement Award. Nobody in America had heard of Jackie Chan. And Quentin Tarantino says, I want to give the Lifetime Achievement Award to Jackie Chan. Like, I will show up at the awards if I get to give Jackie Chan the Lifetime Achievement Award. So they said, okay. Because he was like the biggest director in the world at the time. He'd just come out with Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It was 94. Like, biggest, like,
yeah, he was the hit director.
He was the guy. And so they said, yeah, okay. And they put together the highlight reel of Jackie Chan, like, being Jackie Chan. And they showed that, and Tarantino inducted him into the MTV Hall of Fame, a Lifetime Achievement Award for Jackie Chan. And everybody went, wait, who's this Jackie Chan feller?
Who is this guy? Why haven't I seen more of his stuff? That's
and
pretty
then,
awesome.
Then you got Rumble in the Bronx. Then you got Super Cop. Then you got, finally, everybody got to see Police Story.
Yeah.
You know, like all of these incredible movies that really, we owe it all to Quentin Tarantino. Otherwise, we never would have gotten him in the States.
I was going to say, his love for those martial arts movies has actually helped do a lot of these things. And his pull in Hollywood in particular, too, has helped get these things moved over. So, yeah, there's a little trivia for you. So, go out and buy or stream. But stream my movie because it's on Netflix, but definitely go buy Rumble in the Bronx because it is worth every penny. You should probably find some, I don't think they have a Criterion, but a special edition of it so you can hear commentary on it, because I'm sure there's...
That would be great. I wish there was one.
Yeah, I wish there was a Criterion version of that, but go out and buy Rumble in the Bronx because it's worth every penny to see...
and you'll watch it over
and you'll watch it over again.
You
It's
know
fun.
you're going to watch it over and over again.
Yeah, Jackie Chan's awesome. Whether it was bad at the beginning, muddled in the middle, or ruined by the end, these are movies that needed a rewrite. This week, Lunchbox has for us...
Eagle Eye!
With Shia LaBeouf.
Yes! And also Billy Bob Thornton, Rosario Dawson,
Shia LaBeouf.
Ethan Embry, Michael Chiklis.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yes!
Actually,
and Shia LaBeouf. I wasn't even going to mention him.
Aw, you like Shia. But
it's actually not a bad movie. I mean, it's enjoyable. Certainly, some parts are, well, at the time, let's say, I think that it got a lot of shade when it came out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it seemed implausible.
Yeah.
Like, there was no way that this computer voice could actually control all of these things. And then, a couple years later, we find out, oh, wait, you mean they actually are controlling all of these things?
It's like and now we have Siri.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
It's like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, but
This is why you never throw shade on a sci-fi movie that tries to predict a couple years of the future, because if they get it on the head, whether they mean to or not, then you look like an idiot.
Right, exactly. It's like, yeah, all that seems plausible now.
Yeah.
Like, I could totally see all of that happening.
So, oh yeah, all futuristic, and now it's like, oh man, that's like old tech, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we could do that a couple years ago, okay?
Yeah.
It's like, hell, I could follow you on my cell phone.
Yeah, it's got a tracking thing called Waze now. I don't need some sophisticated computer system. People enter it in their phone for free.
Right, exactly.
So, but yeah, so what do you have to rewrite about it, though?
Well,
I probably
obviously
know, but...
there's the Deus Ex Machina ending.
Yeah,
that
I was going to say.
We won't get into.
I was going to say.
We won't get into.
I've seen Jack in the Boxes that were surprised.
Yes, yeah, no, okay. Obviously, there's a ending there.
Yeah.
But I have a very easy way to rewrite it.
Okay.
And that is, instead of Shia, let's cast Will Smith, and we'll cast Gene Hackman, and we'll call it Enemy of the State.
That sounds great. I'm on board.
Let's watch that
Have a
instead.
cameo from Jason Lee also in there. I think that'll work. And maybe Jack Black, too.
Jack Black.
Jack Black as well?
Yeah, we got to get Jack Black.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So we've got it. Cool.
There, fixed.
Fixed. Totally fixed. Because, yeah, really, we already had this movie.
Yes.
And it's not
We
that
had the fixed version.
we have the fixed version, but for some reason, at this period in time, we were really into the, like, thriller conspiracy. The entire government is after you, and you
Yep.
must do crazy things to escape kind of genre.
Right, exactly. Except that we already had the good version.
We already had the good version. We also had a version with the white guy. That was called Jason Bourne, or The Bourne Identity, where people are tracking you. So we had different versions of it. Shia tried it, and up to a certain point with the ending, it was.
But
it
no,
was
that's
okay.
it's really like the idea of I'm a normal guy who just gets sucked into like getting chased by unknown entities.
Yeah.
That is basically the same movie.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Eagle Eye, Enemy of the State, basically the same movie. Enemy of the State was better, and Tony Scott directed it even.
And Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman and Jason Lee, Jack Black. Before Jack Black was Jack Black.
I was going to say before Jack Black was a thing. Yeah. And, yeah, really, when you already have a movie that's done so much better, why do you need... And it could be that the studios were making the same basic concept at the same time, and Shia was just starting to come into his own, too, at that point.
Right, this was right when Shia was hitting his Shia.
Yeah, because he'd been in... I'm not sure if this was right around the same time as Disturbia. No, Disturbia had come out
was a couple years before.
But he was still, like, popping out movies left and right.
Yeah.
So maybe he was hoping this would be his Enemy of the State, but for whatever reason, the ending, it was not. And golly, we don't want to spoil it here, but it really does. I mean,
No,
obviously,
no.
If we're rewriting
Leave it. Nobody's going to see it.
No, yeah.
Nobody's going to see it. They're going to go back and watch Enemy of the State again because Enemy of the State is awesome.
Yeah, our rewrite is to watch a different movie instead.
Yes.
Really. Which I guess kind of bleeds into my own review, which is
Right.
watch the original instead, because speaking of movies with Jack Black in it, King Kong, Peter Jackson style. Now this
Why the Peter Jackson? Oh, because you're rewriting.
because
Never
I'm
mind.
rewriting it, and one of the first indications that the movie wasn't going to be any good was that he said that it's the movie he always wanted to make, which always seems to be the kiss of death for films. Like, just like Battlefield Earth was always the film that, good old John Travolta wanted to make.
Yeah. Just like Sidekicks is a movie Chuck Norris always wanted to make.
Yeah. Whatever it is, that movie you always want to make, that good book you have inside of you, Hollywood, it's never as good as you think it is. It's like produce other people's scripts or something. I don't know.
Unless it's your first film.
Unless it's your first film.
It's the movie that you're trying to make.
Unless it's the movie you're trying to make.
Like, if it's been 30 years and nobody's made it yet, probably you shouldn't do it.
I would say the exception to the rule is Deadpool. Because that's a movie Ryan
Yes.
Reynolds always wanted to make. But
And
we always
for years.
And for years wanted to make it, but we knew he knew what he was talking about.
Yes.
Whereas we already had a perfect version of King Kong. So,
Wait, which one?
the original one, like from the 30s.
Okay.
With the stop motion. I was going to say.
So the stop motion one?
Yeah. The stop motion Kong. Because, like,
The one with Fay Wray.
the one
right?
with Fay Wray.
Okay.
I was going to say, we're talking
Like,
Fay Wray
I was
here.
just, like, because there's been a bunch of them.
There's been a bunch of them. There's King Kong Lives. There's, like, the new King Kong from, like, the 80s
There's
or
the
whatever.
King Kong with, was it Jessica Lange?
Yeah.
Was in the remake, well, the first remake, I think that's
yeah.
the first remake. And, of course, King Kong versus Godzilla, which was awesome.
Yes.
And depending on which version you watch, King Kong wins.
Yeah, I was going to say, which version? The one where Godzilla wins, the one where King Kong wins. But yeah. So my rewrite really about it, other than, like, it didn't need to be remade. I mean, there's some, like, half-finished effects in this movie. There's choppy acting. It's all over the map, I hate to say.
I like Jack Black in it.
Jack Black was hot, and he admits that. Like, and you can see it in his eyes too.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he said it was that he was on, but I remember, like, interviews down the road and cast rumors and whatnot saying that, like, yeah, no, he was, like, half stoned part of the time, which is why his performance is partial wide-eyed sweatiness, because it's just like,
It works for the movie.
it works for the movie because he's supposed to be like this huckster guy producer. And my rewrite actually comes from recasting Adrian Brody, and just, he does not work as leading man in this at all. He's totally miscast.
I like Brody.
He's a fine actor, but he just does not fit the part. He's not the, I don't know how else to put it, than he's not dashing enough. And when you look at the original, you've got this kind of, you've got the strong
Brody's sexy.
you've got the strong chin, I'm the, kind of guy. And I think that's part of what sells it in the original, part of that semi-cheese factor. Whereas Adrian Brody, to me, and you may like Adrian Brody, he just always has this kind of look, that same look that frustrates you with, what's his name from Dead Poet Society? Like, he always looks like he's got a laugh or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
Josh Hutcherson? No, not Josh. I can't remember his name. Forget it. That one actor, he always looks like he's about to laugh or cry or something.
Right.
Like,
Like,
his
looks
constant,
like he's laughing when he's crying.
yeah,
Yeah.
his resting face is, I'm about to laugh.
Yes.
Which is frustrating. Adrian Brody kind of looks like he's half, like, his resting face is sad sack. Okay?
Okay. Well, I get where you're coming from, but I think that I think the problem that you have is that he's a little bit too Valentino. Like, he's got that kind of, like, suave thing about him that you kind of want more of a macho thing about him.
You
want Nathan Fillion.
You want Nathan Fillion. You want somebody who's got the machismo. You don't want somebody who's got the dashingness or the
Right.
suaveness in that role. And especially since the movie relies so much on special effects in that first half, where they're on Skull Island there with all the giant worms devouring people and stuff like
Right.
that. You have somebody who looks like they're, oh, like, I'm not a sad sack, am I? Kind
Yeah.
of look to him. You're just like, how is this guy already not worm food? How did he escape? And the rough and tumble, grizzle bearded, like, sea people have been eaten by dinosaurs already. I mean, this just does not make sense to me.
Right.
And
that look works for the piano player.
that works for the piano player, but not when you're like on an island filled with deadly creatures and Jurassic style whatnot going on.
Right.
And that part of it feels miscast. There are parts where I'm just like, Jack Black, rein it in for God's sakes. I know you're supposed to be this kind of over the top producer, and he does not sell the line of "'Twas beauty killed the beast." It just
No,
does not.
definitely that.
Not at all.
No, that line. No.
and it's hard to do it better than it was done the first time. But
there's no way to do it better than it was done the first time.
no,
Like,
it's
like you can't imagine another voice like saying that. Like, there's no, like, you could have James Earl Jones walk out and go, "'Twas beauty that killed the beast."
the cadence is perfect in the original with Fay Ray and all of it. But it's just,
And that's exactly how it needs to be said, and by whom it needs to be said.
yes,
Yeah.
And Jack Black saying
Like-
it, you practically expect him to turn to the camera and get that, kids. It just,
Yeah,
it just doesn't. You expect some
No,
comedic,
it does
ba-doom
not work.
afterwards.
Well, maybe just because we've heard the line before.
It's not just because we've heard the line before. It's because his delivery on it just doesn't feel.
No, his delivery on it is not good.
It is
I will agree with
terrible.
you on that. Yeah.
The rewrite is a recasting for me, really, because it's that the and tightening. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff
Yes,
that happens
that's way
on the.
too dang
It's
long.
way too long. I love Peter Jackson movies. I love the Lord of the Ring movies. I even like the
Too
Hobbit
long.
movies, but this one felt too long, and it's just
It just goes on
it
forever,
feels
doesn't
it.
it?
And I like
And you can
effects.
feel every moment of it.
You can feel the length, which is never good.
No.
So,
Yeah, and once again, we got a better movie for you to watch.
we've got a better movie, the original with
Watch
Fay Ray.
King Kong.
Watch King Kong.
Just not that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good news. You don't even have to look for a film with a different title. Watch King Kong with Fay Ray. If you don't already own it, it's not sitting on your shelf. Go out and buy it. You're doing yourself a favor. It's like getting chocolate or some other kind of candy treat. It's good for you. Well, okay, maybe a chocolate's not good for you, but in any case, it's better for you.
Much better for you.
This is like the equivalent.
You'll feel better at the end
This
of
is
the day.
going from like grabbing a steak, or you can go to like McDonald's and get something from the dollar menu. You don't want dollar menu King Kong. You want steak Kong. Kong steak. That sounds wrong.
No, it's like getting 5 things from the dollar menu, and you're like, well, about
Look at this. It's a feast. No,
a third of the way through the.
you're a third of the way through those dollar fries, thinking I should have bought a steak somewhere
Say
else.
you bought 5 burgers from the dollar menu, and you're halfway through the third one, and you go, wow, this is a lot of food.
Was I thinking?
Like, I don't really want to finish this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. And there's your perfect metaphor for the King Kong reboot by Peter Jackson. I think we'll leave it there. Yeah. Time now for strained metaphors with Lunchbox.
Next time someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. And I know I've done it before.
Yeah.
But really, this week, as something has hit me that a lot of people have been talking about the way that Prince died. Not that it's anybody's business what happened to him, but we're all curious. Yeah. We want to know. And rumors, conjecture, hints, allegations, things left unsaid, that, he had overdosed on painkillers. Well, he has struggled his entire life with back problems. He had both of his hips replaced. Obviously, he was in incredible amounts of pain. He was Jehovah's Witness, which means that he was basically banned by his religion from taking any kind of medication. Yet, he felt the need to take it because he was in so much pain all the time. And then he would go on stage in giant platform heels and perform in front of these audiences for hours on end for your amusement.
Yeah.
Just because he enjoyed playing in front of people and playing his music and creating his music. And for people to have any kind of judgment about that he may have needed to take a couple of painkillers because it hurt. But he was still out there all the time playing these legendary concerts is just incredible to me. So no, it's nobody's business what happened, but also next time someone asks you if you're a god, you say no. That's Prince.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Prince. And next time somebody asks you what you're listening to, you tell them you're listening to the One More Rewrite podcast with the two of us, and you're listening to the best reviews and trailers and movie talk. So, until next time, I'm Jester. That's Lunchbox.
Good night.
Toodaloo.